Yo, what's good? What's good? What's good, man?
Hey,
Buckeye
yo,
Steppas podcast back in full effect on a Sunday evening, man, for the 2025 edition of Buckeye Steppas Ohio State schedule prediction for the 2025 season, man. It's definitely going to be a lit one, man. And let me salute to my brothers, man. How y'all feeling, brothers?
You're
A
feeling
lot of
good, feeling
Buckeye
good.
shit. Fucking horns down. You know what it is. We 6 days out. We ready to bust head. Make I I'm almost more excited to watch Saturday night ESPN after so I can watch Paul fucking Feinbaum stumble on his fucking words.
Hmm.
I guess might have
Right.
been underestimating the Buckeyes defense a little bit. Maybe
Did you?
sucking on Peyton's nephew a little too hard. I can't wait to hear him say that. I think that'll feel better than winning. I really do. I really think that will feel better than winning. All that shit he been talking. Shout out Buckeyes. We winning
Bum?
by 20.
Did you call him Fine Bum, T Matt, or Fine Bum?
Fine bum. Yeah, like he a bum. Not like he got a fine bum. Like he's a bum.
Sounds like you said Fine Bum. Yeah, I like that. I like that. I like that.
Yeah, he
the
been
whole
doing a
blowout
lot
shit
of.
is crazy to me. I just don't
He said
understand the
it
whole
wouldn't even be
blowout shit.
close. He said it wouldn't even be close. That's what he said. I quote. He said it won't even
How's the
be
number?
close.
But he
How's the
don't
number
have
one
no
team
like.
not
He
gonna be
don't.
favored?
But he can't. But that's my thing about Feinbaum saying that is you're not giving no detailed reasoning of why you think it's going to be a blowout for Texas.
Oh, he
Again,
did,
I said
Cam.
this
Cam,
multiple
he did.
times because he said that
Yeah,
Texas. They asked him why. His answer was Texas's roster is better.
yeah.
Fucking where?
Everywhere, and that's what he said. He said
Where?
at
That's
That's what he
not.
almost
That's
said.
every
not detailed
position.
enough for me.
Are they
And
He
better
said
at
they were
what? No,
better
let's
at
play this
almost
together
every
live
position.
on Buckeye Steppers. Let me
right.
host for 1 second, Cam. Y'all answer this for me.
Yeah, brother, go
Let's
ahead.
go. We'll skip quarterback for now. Running back room versus running back room. Who's better? Don't be biased.
Ours.
Answer for real. I don't even know who their running backs are. They got a
I
freshman
don't
that's
know who the
about to
running
make his
backs are
first
either.
start. That's a real statement. I don't remember his name. He's about to be a freshman making his first start. Dead ass. Wide receiver.
That's
Yes.
what
We're
I
not
said.
even. Well, that's laughable. That is
Yes.
laughable to even have a conversation about. They lost
Right.
all three starters to the NFL. That is not a comparable position. Tight
Nope.
end. Max Clare, Casamaric, and Thurman
Yep.
compared to that dude that pushed Caleb Downs over when he was backpedaling backwards and tried to flex on him. I mean, like this is not comparable. Offensive line. We have five people, four of which just went on a national championship run. They lost two to the NFL and are starting two new starters. Okay, who's winning there? Unbiasedly, Ohio State is better there. So that leaves us at quarterback. Okay, neither have ever started in an important snap in a college game ever. I'll give Arch the nod because he has two starts. They were against UTSA and somebody else shitty. I forget
Mississippi
who.
State.
Mm-hmm.
Mississippi State. 0-12 Mississippi State. That's who his
Mm-hmm.
games were against. So I'll let him have the nod for having two starts. So what you're telling me is you're saying their roster is better, and maybe
Hold
the
on.
only position they have a slight advantage in is quarterback, which is potentially because of his name and because Quinn Ewers was hurt, not
Don't forget
because
coaching too, T Matt. We got the better coaching staff.
yeah, I mean, Sark is
Facts.
definitely a good coach. I'm not going to say anything against that. But if you're saying staffs, I say head coach, we're better. We're better at head coach still, but Sark is not like a big slack off from Ryan Day.
No.
But you know what I'm saying? So then we switch to defense. The only thing they might be beating us at is with Colin Simmons. Other than that, we're not even going to have a conversation. You lost basically your entire defensive backfield. Okay, we did lose two of our starters, our nickel and our starting outside with Denzel Burke, but like, let's be real. He wasn't even playing by the end. The one that's going to play this year, Jermaine Matthews, was. So,
Mm-hmm.
conversation
When
ended
was
there. Our linebacker group is better. Brother, I don't understand how he is allowed to say that on TV and make people believe it. Shut the fuck up. Their rosters not better. I don't get it.
Yo, and he highlighted something, right, and I thought it was just like such it was so crazy. He said that we all, and they got two new coordinators. Well, one of the coordinators was been on the staff. You know what I mean, for a while, and then he's talking about our Matt Patricia. I'm like, hold on, but we had a new coordinator last year and we won the national title.
Yep.
So I don't see how that holds merit. You know what I mean? I don't get that take that he's holding that against
I
us because we
see
got two
it.
new coordinators. That's crazy to me.
You could just tell that the SEC pays fine bum to say this stupid shit because it's ridiculous. Like they're not even favored, and they're the number one, and then
Right.
they're not favored, and they're picked to blow us out. Who's picking up them to blow us out? Like for real, without just some clickbait shit.
Mm-hmm.
There's no way we get blown out. You want to go to the defensive side of the football too. Safety, we're better. Corner, we're
Better.
better. Linebackers,
Better.
better. D line, maybe they got us, but other than that, bro, that's two levels we already beating you at. So
Like
Right.
I
it
said,
just
they
don't make
probably
no
only got us
sense.
that edge with Colin Simmons. I would let them say Colin Simmons on paper is better. But if Kenyatta come out like they're talking he is, and Bo come out like they talking he
Yep.
is, we got four deep, and it's the same argument that we have with wide receiver U. We got 10 wide receiver ones compared to your three top five. You get what I'm saying? Quantity over quality, I guess, is where we at. But I think we got 4 or 5 edge rushers that can make some moves, and they got one, is my opinion. So
Facts.
I don't really know where to give the edge on the defensive line. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
Yeah, he says
Hungover.
we're going to be hungover from last year.
Not see our hung over. Did you not see our captains force our coach to take down the national championship shit because this team didn't win it? We aren't hung over. We ready to go earn it again. We ready to get drunk again. We not hung over. We already sober. We trying to figure out how to get drunk again. I saw a video today where Caleb Downs said uh discipline comes before the harvest, and it's time for harvest.
Mm,
It's time for harvest, and we finna harvest. We ain't hung over, brother. We ready to eat again. We trying to
Yeah.
figure out how to feed the fam. Like, you done paid all the bills for the month, and you trying to figure out how to pay them for the next month. We not hung over, baby boo. We ready to make you look like an idiot for all this dumb shit you've been saying.
Still hungry.
T-Matt on some bullshit today with old Paul Feinbaum. Fucking, I hate this dude. I don't think I've ever genuinely hated someone how I hate this dude. It's almost like he don't even know what he's talking about. They're just like, say whatever you can to make the SEC look better because the Big Ten is winning right now and we don't know what to do. And
And they're
we
on
know if you
Fox.
say
facts.
something, people will talk.
They're not buying ESPN is buying everything else. They ain't buying Fox.
Yeah, Paul
Now you know
Feinbaum,
why.
bro. He definitely on some clown shit.
It's ridiculous.
And I gotta do
TB,
this
you
right
all
here.
kinds of mumble.
Yeah, you lagging a little bit, TV. All right, so we can go ahead and get to
Yo,
the business. So
everybody else?
Ugh,
Everybody else volume staticky, or is it just mine?
just yours.
not just yours on your end right now, bro.
I can't hear nothing. Nobody saying this. All I hear is like static. I tried to come.
Go out, come back in real quick.
Yeah, yeah. So, man, of course, man. The bad news, they're recruiting the other day, man. Of course, just to add a little context, we did lose out on Darius Gray, which is I wasn't high on us getting him anyway because we got guys on the inside and interior on the line. So we lost out on Darius Gray to South Carolina, which is not surprising in particular for him. But right here, Mr. Braylon Womack, the 5-star safety man from Mississippi, commits
It hurts.
to Auburn. He commits to Auburn the other day, and kind of salty about this one a little bit. But earlier in the week, Steve Wilfong, I posted it in the group chat. I told you that I showed you that no, he was already crystal balling him to Auburn a few days before he committed. So no, that gave us the mindset like where we're gonna lose out on this race, and that's what happened right here. Braylon Womack he commits to Auburn, same school as his sister attends. So What y'all think about Braylon Womack committing to Auburn right here?
It
Man,
hurts, man.
I
This was the one I wanted, bro. This was the guy I wanted. We got the other two, and the other two look great. Don't get me wrong; they're definitely going to be very very good. But I thought this was going to be crazy. This nickel three safety look that we could have played for a couple years. I think would have been nasty, especially with this guy leaving. But it seems like the rings ain't important to him because he went to Auburn. So it's just about family. So I can't say nothing too bad, but we want winners. We want people that want rings and want to compete.
Right.
nah, you're like I said before. For starters, I think we're good. I think that it's not like a. I mean, it definitely hurts. Like, let's not confuse not getting a 5 star that we thought was coming. That's been wearing Buckeye gear at all of his camps and games for so long. To you know what I'm saying, we've basically thought this was a lock for like probably 6 to 7 months or longer.
Hmm.
But again, as soon as we signed Bradford, am I saying the right thing?
Yeah, Blaine Bradford.
Blaine Bradford. I was right. All right. As soon as we signed him, I had said it on a pod before, like, this might affect us with Womack. And again, like Crutch spoke on, it probably leans more towards family. I said it when we weren't live yet. Like Pops probably said, that's where baby sis going. We're not sending you there and her here. Like, we're gonna need y'all to be you know what I'm saying? But again, I also think this could end up a situation where I don't believe that he spends all 3/4 years at Auburn. Uh, Auburn's not headed towards no SEC championships. Auburn is not heading towards any natties or playoff bids or giving him multi-million-dollar NIL deals, in my opinion. All that Alabama money is going to be in Tuscaloosa. It is not going to be in Auburn. But I'm just saying, I think it was the bad decision for the boy. And if he wears zero and it's block O's like that, I think it's very ironic. But shout out to Braylon. Congrats on your decision, bro. But probably not the best decision for your football career. Maybe the best decision for your family and yourself, bro. Shout out to you.
Yeah, man. I say for us, Braylon, man. I'm when Steve Wilfong when he broke that news. It put me in the mindset where it was like, okay, we got Blaine Bradford and we got Simeon Caldwell. Both of those guys are solid in safety. And I think Braylon Womack was looking at the depth chart with guys like Malik Harford and Jalen McClain being young still, and Fahim Delane, him being the guy that's following after Caleb Downs currently as a freshman right now at Ohio State, and they're very high on him. So like, I was thinking he's looking at the depth chart. He's like, okay, I go to Auburn, I can play day one there. I may not play day one at Ohio State, and then you got the whole case of Auburn. Of course, they probably threw a crazy ass bag at him in NIL for him to get him there. Of course, yeah, I mean, because they've been throwing crazy bags at a few kids over there, because their recruiting class is pretty decent. So, Braylon Womack, man, definitely, when you and all the skills along with his sister as well. His sister, just
Oh,
attending school
yeah.
is there as well. You know what I mean? It
I just had
matches
an
up well
epiphany,
for him.
bro. I just literally had another moment of thinking about when I lived in Mississippi, and you was talking. You said the comment about throwing bags at other kids. Uh, he from close school to where Deuce Knight's from, and Deuce Knight flipped to Auburn from Notre Dame, and I bet that might have something to do with it because I bet as close as they live to each other school wise, and you know what I'm saying.
Yeah,
That's probably. I didn't even think of that till you just made me think of it. To be honest,
that's a good call.
Yeah, man. Braylon Womack, man, not
shout
gonna
out to
trip
George
about
County,
him.
Mississippi.
Yeah, not gonna trip about the Braylon Womack commit to Auburn too much. I mean, it would have been nice to have him in the class, but no, we move forward, man. It's we move forward. We already got two solid safeties in the class, and we'll be absolutely fine. I'm not worried about that at all. And let's go and switch topics and switch gears real quick. I wanted to get into talking about this real quick with the dog right here, man. Chris Henry Jr. yesterday. Him and Caden Dixon Wyatt and Mater Day, they played St. Thomas Aquinas yesterday in Florida. Man, they've been doing like a Cali versus Florida series with a lot of the top schools from Cali and Florida this weekend. And Mater Day, they were involved with that, of course. And this man, Chris Henry Jr., went bananas yesterday. And let me go ahead and show this footage real quick of him right here.
Go, run with faith. We winning. Run with faith. Moving mountains. Run with faith. Getting stronger. Run with faith. Going harder. We run with faith. Yeah, we run with faith. What you doing? We run with faith. Yeah, we run with faith. What you doing? We run with faith. Yeah, we run with faith.
Man. Oh,
That
I
was in
got,
the first half. Wait,
I gotta play that one more time, bro. I gotta play that one more
he took him
time,
four
dog.
for three in the first half.
Mm.
I gotta play
Oh
that
my
one.
god!
I gotta play that one more time, dog.
Go, run with faith. We winning. Run with faith. Moving mountains. Run with faith. Getting stronger. Run with faith. Going harder. We run with faith. Yeah, we run with faith. What you doing? We run with faith. Yeah, we run with faith. What you doing? We run with faith. Yeah, we run with faith.
Yeah, so man, Chris Henry Jr. just looking unstoppable out there. 4 catches for 135 yards, 2 touchdowns yesterday.
Oh, that's some Randy Moss stuff right there. Just throw it up. Just throw it up. I'm gonna get it. The way he reached around, dude, caught it, dude fell down and just walked into the end zone. The diving catch. I mean, the toe tapper.
Absolutely, bro. Like he just like looked unstoppable out there, bro. And I think with that game, I was watching that game too while I was watching the Princeton Moeller game and on ESPN, and I'm just saying that they were winning the game 26, like literally probably like 26-3, and they didn't score in the second half. It's kind of weird a little bit. It says I think they took out the starters and stuff and started playing the younger guys and stuff in modern day, and then St. Thomas Aquinas kind of came back a little bit in the game, but Chris Henry cooked, man. He definitely cooked yesterday, big time. And just to add a little bit more juice to Chris Henry, um, of course, teams been reaching out to him and everything. They trying to flip him much as possible. He said, "Yeah, they still hitting me up, but I'm at Ohio State, so
You already know. You gotta love that. That's Pac-Man, and that's that Ohio stuff, man. I like it. I'm with it. I can't wait to see him on the same field with these other guys.
Man,
bro."
his
I
level
was
of
saying it in the
commitment is
group chat
intense. I
yesterday,
love it.
bro. I was saying in the group chat yesterday, like, bro, it's the same that this man Chris Henry Jr. is going to be on the same team as Jeremiah Smith next year, bro. Like, it's just the same. Just the thought of that, bro. It's really mind blowing for real.
So, real
Oh,
question: while we're talking on him, don't just say it because we're talking on him. I want you to really think about this. Will he start as a freshman over all these receivers we have right now?
No,
mm,
That's what I'm saying.
he's
You're
gonna get
saying
playing
he's going
time,
to be on the same team as Jeremiah Smith, but he might not see the field.
right?
I mean,
I, I I think he'll see the field. I don't think he's gonna be a starter as
That's what I'm
freshman
saying. Because
again.
if you're
I think
talking next year, which will be
towards
Jeremiah
the
Smith's last year, most likely, and you're talking Jeremiah Smith's at the X, Brandon Ennis is only a sophomore. He has to come back next year. You understand what I'm
he
saying? So
redshirted,
Brandon
didn't
Ennis is back. Then you got Mylan Graham, Quincy Porter, and then if you follow practice, you got Phillip Bell, you got Desi Jones, you got Bryson Rogers. You know what I'm saying? Like, is Chris Henry immediately jumping? I mean, basically, at this point, he would not
he? Up to
jump over
Porter,
Ennis or Jeremiah Smith. So you're saying, is he better than Quincy Porter or Mylan Graham? Is he jumping
Quincy
all the way to
Porter.
the three?
I think he jumps to
Mm.
4. I think he jumps to
That's
4.
so deep. That's how deep our room is. That like a generational type of X wide receiver, like a 6'10" giant. You know, I don't
But
know if he's really that tall, but that's how tall he looks compared to other people. But I'm
look what
just saying,
Jeremiah did
like,
last year.
right?
You know what I mean? It's not outside the realm of things for
No,
a
I don't. Yeah,
freshman
I
wide
hear you. I
receiver.
know. I'm just presenting the question. You know, nobody else is asking this
Yeah,
question in Buckeye fandom, and I just felt like it was something that needed presented. And you know, I think we should clip this and share it around and kind of see what other people's opinion is. Like, does the world think that Chris Henry is going to come here and be better and be starting at the same time as Jeremiah Smith, or are we talking he's a year out or 2 years? You know what I'm saying? Like, what is the? I don't know. I just. But again, none of
Yeah,
us thought
bro.
that Jeremiah Smith was
I
going to
say
walk in and start immediately either, except for him, in my opinion.
I was
right.
saying I was one saying JJ was going to start immediately. Yeah, yeah. I say with Chris with like everything that you said for us like the depth chart going into next year and everything. I think Chris with his talent when you got guys like because it's a possible chance Brandon Ennis comes back, and you got JJ, then you got
He's not
Mylan
gonna play
Graham,
that.
then Bryson Rogers, and then you got Quincy Porter. Those five guys right there, like you would hope Brandon Ennis balls out enough along with Cornell Tate to where he like says, "Fuck it, I'm gonna go to the league next year." To
I
where
think he's only a sophomore. He came the year after Tate, bro.
Red shirt,
yeah, he's a
red
redshirt
shirt.
sophomore.
That's
Yeah,
three
he's a
years.
redshirt sophomore.
So he's eligible for the draft, which I think the coaches are kind of telling him
I'll get
and
right back in.
kind of pushing him because if he comes back, I don't see where he plays other than like punt return or
No,
returner in
no, no.
general.
Brandon. I mean, with Brandon being captain, he's already captain this year. So with Brandon being captain, he's
Oof.
going to get his time, and they're very they love Brandon. They think Brandon's going to be
I'm
key for this team this year on the
him as a
offensive
person
side.
is amazing. He's an amazing person. He's a leader. He's a worker. He's a great receiver. But I don't know. I would push for him to go. Maybe that's why they made him a captain this year. You know what I mean? Because he's still, regardless, he's gonna be a mid-round draft pick, somewhere between 3 and 5. He's still gonna get drafted, and he's gonna go on. He's gonna prove himself and everything like that. So he's great in the slot, great in the slot. But I just don't see how you keep these guys off the field. You know what I mean? The embarrassment of riches.
Absolutely, I agree with you. I think with being this, it kind of just goes off of the scale of what type of year he has this year. If he has like one of those real breakout years. Like he could get up to like 900 yards to 1,000, fucking, 5+ tutties. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? He definitely would be a consideration to try to make a move possibly. But it's just really, like I said, it depends on the year that he has. But I know of a lot of people that I've heard from, they think Brandon Ennis possibly will come back after next year. So like that makes the situation tough. Which is the thing about Chris Henry though. I will say with Chris Henry, Chris, he's already made it known that he's not looking to start right away too. So that's a good
Yeah.
thing too. Him and Caden Dixon White, both of those guys are on record saying that they don't mind not starting. They want to develop, and they know their time is going to come here at Ohio State. You know what I'm saying? So that's the beautiful thing about it. That these guys have that mindset that we're like they ain't just gonna come in and they don't start. And they say, "Fuck it, we gonna go ahead and go to another school." Like they know that their time is going to come eventually. So what I'm saying, and I believe like guys like Caden Dixon Wyatt, he's very nice to where like guys like Philip Bell and Desi Jones, like he gonna be they and BP Miller, like guys like those guys, they gonna have to worry about Caden Dixon White coming in because he may fuck around and play before them guys. You know what I'm saying? So it is our depth at wide receiver is just insane, bro. Like and people like don't understand it how good that we have it with having Brian Hartline, man. Brian Hartline is like very pivotal and what we have going on here, man. And at Ohio State with the offense, let alone with the wide receivers. And now with Brian Hartline, him being OC now he's able to take his recruiting talents along the whole offense, along with the offensive line, the running backs, along with Coach Locke and the quarterbacks too as well with Coach Kessler. So definitely, man,
I
I'm
think
just excited to see what we have going on. And Chris is just
oh
like a guy that like I feel like Chris, as far as the time, I feel like Chris could get some playing time out the gate next year. I think he's another generational talent guy. And I was thinking about this shit yesterday. I'm like, man, Chris is another generational talent guy, bro. Like, if he was to come right in that bitch and get to be playing right along, you know what I'm saying? Because Cornell's going to
oh
be gone. So he gets to
yeah,
come in, bro. Man, bro, Chris, he has
I
talent
think
enough
he's
to where
better than
he can
Quincy
fuck around
Porter.
and play. I think
I think he jumping.
he's better than Quincy Porter's nice as fuck, too. Oh, my, this is
Oh
just
no,
ridiculous.
that's what I'm
Right.
saying. This is what we're
That's, this is what
comparing.
I think.
None of these
Bryson
guys
Rogers,
bad, but I think he
so
jumps Quincy.
now I got it. Bryson Rogers, no, no shade to Bryson Rogers. I think he's an amazing wide receiver too. But if he don't get his opportunity much going into next year, which they say he's going to play
He's
a little
gone.
bit this year, but he's going to be going next year if he don't see much opportunity. You know what I'm saying? Because you got Chris, like I said, we got Chris Henry coming in. So, if Bryson Rogers looking at this Detroit like, oh, Brandon Ennis came back, or they like Quincy Porter, JJ gonna be back, they got Chris Henry coming in, and he gonna look at this roster, he gonna be like, man,
Hold
then we
on, you
oh, then we got
forget.
Mylan Graham, then we got
You
Mylan
forgetting
Graham
to
too.
say
Like he gonna
Jameer
look at
Brown and Caden Davis White are coming too.
yeah, well,
You said Wyatt, my
yeah, all
bad.
right. Well, Jameer's 2027 though, but he gonna be one of those guys too. Like
She's
just literally
27.
the
My
other
bad.
day, 97-yard kickoff return out the gate out of halftime for Dayton Wayne versus Fairfield Friday night. Like, I mean, he's definitely one of those guys for sure too. So I'm just saying, like this right here with Chris Henry, I say he does have a chance to get some early playing time. He won't. I'm not going to say he's going to start, but I can see him on the field playing. Playing several snaps next year as a freshman next year. So we can go ahead and move on to the next topic real quick, man. So we got this right here. Definitely want to talk about this. So the SEC the other day, man, they announced that they will adopt the 9-game conference schedule for next year, equalizing the number of conference games between the Big Ten and the SEC. So both conferences now will have equal number of conference games, 9 conference games for each conference between the Big Ten and the SEC. They're eliminating that bullshit ass non-conference game that we on the Steppas podcast have been talking about for a long ass time now. Talking about the SEC need to get rid of that bullshit ass week 11, 10 non-conference game where they playing Joseph Mary College. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, they're getting rid of that game finally, man. So, what y'all think about this right here with the SEC adopting 9 games right here?
Good. About time. Tired of watching you play fucking Hawthorne Heights. Tired of tired of
But you gonna
watching
play
y'all
another
play.
bad SEC team. I guess you know what I mean. They're literally just gonna play another bad SEC team.
Yeah,
Oh well.
they'll just. I think that the scheduling people will definitely schedule their good teams with the bottom tier SEC schools that week, though. That would be my honest
Yep.
opinion. They'll
I
still
don't
try
think it's
to
much of a
appease their good
change.
teams, but
I
they'll
think it
try to
does
use it
lean
like,
to
oh,
more
they
with
played
our.
another SEC game, they deserve to be in the playoffs. Well, they played 0-10 Mississippi State, brother. That they would lose to every team in the ACC. Let's calm down.
Yeah,
Yeah, man.
I
Go
think
for it.
it
Go ahead.
I think it goes the more towards the Big Ten, the SEC running all of college football,
Better.
and
My bad,
goes
y'all.
closer to what
Are
I
you
was
good?
talking about. I think that's just a little step in there.
Yeah, matter of fact, let me switch back real quick for TV just to get his take on the Chris Henry shit real quick. Let me play the footage for him real quick.
Go, run with faith. We winning. Run with faith. Moving mountains. Run with faith. Getting stronger. Run with faith. Going
Damn. And you said that's against top talent, right?
Yeah,
Yes.
against St. Thomas Aquinas.
Yeah. He gonna be one of them ones for real. Yeah, he is senior or junior right now.
See,
Nah, he's senior. He coming. He'll be at Ohio State next year with Caden Dixon White.
Oh yeah, yeah. He gonna be one of them ones for sure. It's gonna be no drop
My
Yeah,
off.
man.
question.
Can you just
Ask my
imagine?
question.
Can you just imagine if because hold on, because JJ he has to spend he's gone this year, right? You think, right?
no,
No, he'll be gone next
next year,
year.
Oh,
He
okay.
has
So
to
he'll
wait.
be playing with him then, right? Yeah, bro.
maybe.
Bro, can you imagine if we win three straight titles? Because like I don't know the way it's looking. I don't see no other team really fucking with us, man. For real, for real. Cause that boy out there good. How
Four
many yards he
catches,
had in that game?
135 yards, two tutties yesterday.
Damn. How many catches?
Four catches.
You said four?
Yep.
That's ridiculous, bro. Who they who they quarterback?
I have to look. I know, they always keep them some lit guys at quarterback, man. So we know he a D1 prospect for sure, most likely
Mm,
in modern
mm.
day.
Yeah, he gonna be nice. He kind of got
Yeah,
the
and
same body. I don't know if it's just me. Correct me if I'm wrong, but he kind of got the same body type as like Marvin Harrison, like tall, lanky, skinny.
Like his
Hey,
dad.
he got the exact same body shape as his dad.
Yeah,
absolutely,
Exact
I agree.
yeah, yeah,
face and everything, dog.
Yeah, I mean it's
He just
almost
later.
eerie. I mean he's a little bit lighter, but I mean very eerie
But
similarity.
he looks more stronger and like more athletic. And I hate to say that because I know Chris Henry
Not this.
was a fucking elite athlete, man, in my opinion. But I just feel like he's just like a better version of him. Like he's just like, oh man, bro. Like he's
yeah,
really him, bro.
yeah. He does feel like he's like more muscular, pause. You know what I'm saying? But than Chris Henry.
I
Yeah,
didn't
he
watch any of
definitely
Chris Henry in high
bigger.
school or college. Not till, you know what I
Hmm.
mean, just besides highlights. Um, once
Correct.
he got to the Bengals, he did not look slender. I mean, he was tall, but that dude, he strong, dog. He wasn't skinny. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
Facts. And what you think about this, TB, with the SEC, man? They getting rid of that bullshit non-conference game and they going to 9 games now, man. They equal of the Big Ten.
So you mean to tell me Alabama ain't gonna be playing Mercer week 8 no more?
Yeah, they eliminated it after next year.
We got to
Okay.
take it easy because we do play Rutgers right before that team up north.
I mean,
So
that's the
let's
Big
take
Ten
it
Well,
game though,
easy.
right?
that's a conference game, though.
Yeah, that's a conference game. Mercer, bro, can't like, come on, like Mercer. That's like a tune-up game before the playoffs. I always felt like that was like a, borderline like cheating almost because they players getting or extra bye week because they players really getting the bye week during that game. Shit, man.
Facts.
If we play,
And
if
that
we
game
play,
and the games that they do that like non-conference week game, they do it the week before like a rival, like before rival week.
yeah, to rest their players up, bro. If we played
So
Mercer, if we played Mercer, I wouldn't even start saying or Lincoln. I'm starting QB3, bro, the whole game. like, you know what I'm saying? Like, everybody's,
QB3 could be QB1 next year too, though. You know, Tavion ain't no slouch.
that's true. That's true. That's very true.
Right.
Like I said before, I think it's more like they're just gonna play a weak ass SEC team. You know what I mean? A 1-3 game win season for these guys. It's just like Rutgers for us. But you're right that Rutgers and all them are better than Mercer and the games they have been playing. But I was still shit. You guys are out in the second
All right.
quarter.
All right. So we switch it up a little bit right here. So, man, salute to the brother Caleb Downs, man. The man, of course, he had a commercial with Beats by Dre. He's got an NIL deal with Beats by Dre. So He gave out free Beats by Dre to the whole entire team yesterday, man. So salute to Caleb Downs, man. Right there,
Man,
the one of the captains of the squad.
man, that's what's up. I wonder how much that cost him.
That's Captain Shit. It probably didn't cost him nothing. Beast did it as part of his contract,
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. And
so they could be
shit, this was
every pregame they got beats on because they got them for free.
so you already know we ain't been here past week, so of course it was announced that JS10 is the QB1, man. So QB1 is JS10 officially. And, here goes the depth chart from 11 Warriors that they just put out earlier today as far as how they feel the depth chart is. And I wanted us to go over because I ain't look at it 100% myself. So we can go over it together just looking at this depth chart a little bit, man. So, of course, JS10 is at QB1. Lincoln Kingholz is at QB2. TSC at 3. Of course, no. James People, RB1, CJ Donaldson at 2, Bojack
Bo!
at 3. And of course, that first wide receiver spot, Jeremiah Smith, Quincy Porter, David Adolph. Then the second one, Cardinal Tate, Mylan Graham, Philip Bell. Then the third one, Brandon Ennis, Bryson Rogers, Desi Jones. And then at tight end, you got Max Clare right there, you know what I'm saying? Which is, I wanted to add a little context. They said the man Bennett Christian, one of the backup tight ends, said that Max is probably the best route runner I've ever seen for a tight end. So Max Clear, big time guy for this offense this year, with the tight end room for this year. And of course, behind him, you got Will Casmer, Merrick, and then you got Ben Christian and Jelani Thurman at that third spot with each other. All four of those guys are going to get playing time because they rotate the tight end. So expect to see all four of those guys playing this year. And then at left tackle, Austin Searville, he gets the starting nod at left tackle this year. And Moore and Carter Lowe, the freshman, is behind them. And then at left guard, Luke Montgomery. Then you got Jake Cook, then Devontae Armstrong. They're behind him at left guard. And then at center, you have Carson Hentzman, Joshua Padilla, and Isaiah Kenna at center. And then at right guard, you got Tegra Chabola, Lakota West kid, Gabe Van
Yes, sir.
Sickle, and Davon McFadden, the transfer that we got from West Virginia recent time. And then at right tackle, they got
Let's talk
Philip
about
Daniels
this.
starting over. That I wanted to definitely talk about this. So you got Philip Daniels starting over Ethan Onwa currently right now, and Deontay Armstrong is the third guy at right tackle, man. So what y'all think about that a little bit, man? That Philip Daniels is actually beating out Ethan Onwa for the spot, and this is Ethan Onwa's like, well, he has 2 years of eligibility, so he can't. I mean, a lot of people expected him to be like a first round type of talent in tackle, but they got Philip Davis beating them out. So what y'all think about that?
I was gonna say, good lord, the camp Phillip would have had to have to beat him out. You know what I'm saying? Because they went
Right.
and spent money on the transfer and all that. So, and he's only expected to stay a year, and he's not starting. And I thought he'd be.
Mm,
I really thought he was going to be our left tackle. What does that actually
right.
say about dude? He just big for no reason.
I say it
Ooh, Philip
says
Daniels
that
going to be
I
good.
say it says that Philip Daniels was actually better than what they expected coming in when they got him, and Philip Daniels put his put his head up in the ground, up in the game, and was like, "Shit, fuck it, we gonna ball out, and what I'm saying, we gonna try to take one of these spots." You know what I mean? So yeah,
Right?
he did
What
that
even
shit,
like
man.
a? He was like a top 5 transfer.
Yeah, most
Even when they
definitely.
rated, everybody that was transferring and stuff, he was like top 5.
They was Yeah, Minnesota. Like at Minnesota, they were projecting him to start at Minnesota because he started some games with some of their guys going down last year in injury. So he ended
Yes,
up starting
Minnesota.
last year, and he got a lot of good experience last year playing in Minnesota. And they were expecting him to be like a guy that they thought he wasn't ready when he came in. They thought he was going to be like one more year ready to play ball and contribute for Ohio State. But he ended up you know developing faster than they thought, and they got a grasp and fell in love with Philip Daniels. Philip Daniels his family with Mike Daniels, um, ex head coach at Princeton High School, and former player that played at Princeton and UC, and now he's like an advisor for NFL players and stuff. Now, he's married to Monica Daniels, which is Monica Daniels is Paris Johnson's mother. So,
Yep.
we got that connection right there with the Daniels family with Philip Daniels. With that was the reason he got pulled over this way too. Especially when to come home, he's a guy that come from Princeton High School, so he's a Princeton High School kid. So definitely, man, we're interested with Philip Daniels getting the starting nod at right tackle over Ethan Onwai. And I think like the thing is, one thing about what we talked about on our show throughout this year was that the old like Ryan Day and Tyler Bowen, those guys, they're like they seen what happened last year for us the line when a couple guys went down, like McLaughlin and can't think of his damn name.
Um,
What am I talking about right now?
the first round pick.
Left tackle that we had, other left tackle that we had from San Diego State. Can't think of his name right now, but I know what I'm talking about. But when our left
Yeah.
tackle and our center went down last year, the depth that O line was critical going into those, longer games into the season, going into the playoffs, into that playoff stretch and everything. So, the big key thing was to build depth with this line much as possible. And they have depth, and I heard that they feel very comfortable with the depth that they have, and they're able to maneuver guys in different spots and stuff. Like if say if Searville was to go down, Ethan he can go right to left tackle. You know what I'm saying? Philip goes
Yeah.
down, Ethan can be right at right tackle. You know what I'm saying? You got guys like in Moore that pretty much impressed at at O line. Joshua Padilla, they're very high at him as a backup behind
Yeah.
him at center. You know what I mean?
I
So
thought he
like
might have got the.
yeah, it's key
There was a
guys
lot
that
of
they
talk about
love on the
Padilla.
line, bro. They love this line, and just to go back in depth with JS10. Of course, we wasn't surprised about this. The whole thing was, they keep linking Holtz and Fold, linking King Holtz and Fold. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think this race was close. Me personally, this is me. It might have been close. Lincoln was wow because me and Jay Crush, we was both at the
Yeah.
spring game. And we seen JS10 have more command of the offense in the spring game than Lincoln, which gave us the mindset like, oh, JS10 is definitely the guy after the spring game. And I
Yep.
all the reports with them saying that this race was close and stuff. I think it was just smoke screens just to keep Lincoln involved. I mean, and don't have that man transfer so we can have a solid backup because they don't want to put Tavian St. Clair in position of being the backup right now because he's raw and he's not ready.
Oh, I agree. I think it's giving King Holtz flowers too, though. I think that had a lot to do with was giving King Holtz his flowers because I mean, the dude is crazy athletic, but I'm not.
Absolutely.
We definitely had the same train of thought leaving the game, and since leaving the game, that it was Saints team. I didn't have any doubts about it either.
Yep.
I, the only other thing on offense that I wanted to point out was Bo Jackson we talked about, and Mylan
Yeah.
Graham being behind Cornell Tate. I think Mylan
Mm,
Graham is number 4. I think he's going to see a lot of time.
absolutely. Absolutely. He's definitely that four guy in that wide receiver rotation. And Bryson Rogers probably behind him at 5, and then Quincy Porter at 6. And then Philip Bell probably coming after him.
Real
And
close,
then,
all
like
real
just with
close.
Bojack getting the third
Listen,
nod, getting
I don't know.
RB3 nod
I,
is crazy.
I
I
don't know.
love it. I love it.
I don't know if y'all gonna consider this a hot take, but I think Marlon Graham gonna prove it. He better than Brandon Ennis this year.
I agree. I think
You
that's
can
why they
never.
made in as a captain to make sure
I
they were
think
cool
you.
playing.
I think all three of y'all, you, T Mac, and Crush, all of y'all feel that way. For us, y'all think that y'all think that Mylan Graham is better than Brandon Ennis currently.
Yes, I
I
do.
think Marlon Graham is G'd up 5 reincarnated.
Hmm.
I like that take. I like that.
I like that take too. Because I look at him the same way. To be honest, I
Yeah.
ain't gonna lie. I
I
look
like
at them
that,
the same
Chris.
exact way.
I can rock with that. You can definitely
Yeah, and
rock with
Yeah, he
that.
Bojack
started
at
as a freshman
RB3,
too.
bro. Like, Bojack freshman ahead at RB3 ahead of Sam Williams Dixon, which was kind of crazy because they both looked good in the spring game. And Sam Williams Dixon really surprised me how he played in the spring game. Like, he brought, like, running between the tackle and just, real, like, gritty with the
Yeah.
runs, man. Like, they brought toughness in his runs where, like, that he really surprised me. So, you know, our running back room is very deep, and of course, you got Turbo Rogers and Isaiah
Mhm.
West. So you got those guys, the other freshmen behind, to where that came into the Savion Hyder little situation too. Just to add context, Savion Hyder,
Gross.
number one running back in the 2026 class, he ended up committing to the Bums up north this past week. We ain't talking about that,
Gross.
but I mean, wasn't really tripping about that too much for real because right now. They got favor a key right now in the class, and they're more right now on this 2027 kid, which I'm going to do a Buckeye Steppers prospect watch video on him this week. Daniel Georges, and I can't wait to do that one. This kid he's probably better than Sabian, bro. I ain't gonna lie, he's really him. He's really him. And they're talking about putting all of their marbles into this kid in the 2027 class because he's the number one running back in that class. And he's really high on Ohio State with Coach Lachlan right now currently. So everybody
As he should.
pay attention to Daniel George's right now. That kid, 2027 class kid, he plays down south. I want to say I want to get it right. I want to say it's in Georgia. He's a Georgia kid. So definitely, I'm gonna have a video on him for the Buckeye Steppers prospect watch, a new segment for the Buckeye Steppers that we got going on, and I'm going to be promoting guys from the 2027 class since the 2026 class is almost over with. Well, it ain't over with. This is
Thanks.
still a lot of work to be done. You know what I mean? Still got to add some guys, maybe like on. Maybe you want to add another safety, maybe possibly that you can find that's a gem, or definitely, we only got one corner in the class, so they definitely want to add maybe a corner or two in this class to solidify that. And and edge, they got to find them some gems on the edge for sure. They got the D tackles already in the 2026 class for us, D tackles. They need to find them another edge guy along with Corey Wilder. I seen footage with Corey Wilder from this game the other day. Corey Wilder was just all over the place. He was balling out of control the other day, bro.
I
All
seen it
that,
too.
bro. Like
I seen it
he
too
had
because
like four
I'll
or
bring it
five
up.
stacks,
Sorry.
bro. Literally, bro. Like he was cooking, bro. Like I seen it on Twitter the other day. So like, yeah, we got to add some edge
Unstoppable.
guys, and maybe want to add another O lineman guy just to be solid on that end a little bit, and maybe another tight end to be sure too. But the 2026 class is almost pretty much done though. It's just adding some guys on that defensive side in particular. And speaking of the defensive side. Let's go to the defensive side of the depth chart, man. Of course, Kenyatta Jackson. Um, this is his last year. He's starting. C.J. Hicks is behind Kenyatta Jackson, and then they have Logan George behind C.J. Hicks, the transfer that just kind of got out of the portal. Then D tackle, you got Edric Houston. Then you got Tyrone Malone Jr. right behind him, and Jarquez Carter recent time, and I heard Jarquez Carter has been looking good in practice in recent times, so
Yeah.
that's good to hear. Him and Malone, they've been stepping up when Edric Houston went down in that injury earlier during fall camp, and them guys were stepping up, which was definitely big to hear. Caden McDonald at the other tackle spot starting. Will Smith Jr., the legacy,
Yeah.
right behind Caden
Two.
McDonald. Then you got Jason
I don't
Moore,
want to
the
talk about the next one.
sophomore.
I
Yeah, we
don't
got
want to
the
talk about the
sophomore
next one.
Oh yeah. So DN on the other side, man, you got Caden Curry. They got him ahead of Bo Atkinson right now currently. And Bo Atkinson at the two spot, and then the freshman Zion Grady right behind Caden and Bo right there. Which is not I'm not for real to be honest, I'm not surprised to be honest because of Cade and Kenyatta, they're guys that they're giving them that seniority. They give
Yeah.
him that seniority, and they want Bo
I
to
said in
build.
this
You know what I'm
treatment.
saying? And Bo, don't get it twisted. Bo will get a lot of fucking playing time, so don't get it twisted. He's going to be a guy that plays a lot. And for
I
the
know
linebackers, of course,
seeing that too
you
hurt my
got.
soul. Like seeing one man leave.
So, so the linebackers, we got Sonny Styles, man, of course. You know what I'm saying? Just got the block O, which is we announced that. I was one of them guys like, man, I'm hearing Sonny gonna get the block O. And Sonny officially got the block O. If you see on the thumbnail, that's him with his O already on that jersey. And
Let's go.
they got the
Number
freshman,
two.
man, Riley Pettijohn. He's right behind
He gonna
him.
see some
He,
time.
yeah, Riley's definitely going to play. He's going to play. He's definitely going to be in rotation for
Fresh.
sure. TJ Alfred behind Riley, which is we spoke about that a little bit. I think TJ would be a little bit more on the other side a little bit, but I'm
That's
saying it's
what I
all
thought too.
good though. Both of those guys, like they got all of the linebackers learning both spots at linebacker, so I'm not really tripping about that necessarily. And then at the other linebacker sport, you got Orville Reese, of course. Orville Reese, Glenville kid, starting this year. He's going to be a monster with Sonny Styles. And then you got Peyton Pierce, man, the Texas kid, right behind him. He's been looking pretty good in camp this year, from what I heard a lot. And they definitely have him in rotation along with Riley Pettigon and TJ Alfred. Expect TJ Alfred to be in rotation too. Like he's going to get some time as well. I mean, for sure, because they want to get him prepped up because they believe in that Riley Pettigon and TJ Alfred. They're going to be the future starting linebacker core. So they really truly
Oh,
believe in
facts.
that with those two guys. And of course you got Garrett Stover, man.
Legacy.
He's right behind Arville and Peyton. And then at the cornerback spot, you got Iggy, and then you got Devin
E
Sanchez right behind him, which is Devin Sanchez. He
four.
tweeted out the other day saying that he said all he said was six. So it looks like Devin
We
Sanchez
know.
is going to make that switch to his high school number six. So
That was
look
me
out
and
for
you. We
that with
called
Devin
that.
Sanchez.
What you
That was
say?
me and you. We called that.
You called that shit, bro. Like I we just said, I'm like, bro, Sonny get the block go, he's switching to six. Like
Mhm.
they everybody been wanting them to get that six anyway. But I did like the four on
Yes.
them because of the fact that
Oh,
Jeremiah Smith, he got the
oh.
four, and then
That's
this
Smith's
being
number,
Devin's
bro.
freshman year, he wearing four. So
You shouldn't see another four on the field because of Jeremiah Smith. And
Right.
Devin the same
man,
way, same level.
I'm glad that he gets to get his number though for his freshman year though, because that's the number that he's comfortable with. So he's switching to the six now. And right behind Devin Sanchez, you got Brandon Inky Jones. Brandon Inky Jones is pretty decent though. I ain't gonna lie, he's pretty
Yes.
decent. He's a crafty cornerback. And then other cornerback spot, you got my brother, man, Jermaine Matthews
Win.
Jr., man, Win Woods kid,
Woods.
man.
A win.
Salute the Win Woods, man, getting the big win the other night against Springfield, against Aaron Scott Jr.'s team, Springfield, by the way. Aaron Scott Jr.'s the number two guy behind Jermaine Matthews. And
I see
Jordan
that.
Woods, the freshman, he's right behind those two guys. And then that nickel spot, man, you got Lorenzo Styles Jr. with Bryce West and Miles Lockhart right behind Lorenzo Styles. And then that safety spot, you got Caleb Downs, Malik Harford,
What?
Roper, and then you got Jalen McClain, Fahim Delane, and
Yeah.
Keenan Nelson Jr. at that last safety spot. So what y'all think about the defensive side for us, the depth chart?
Uh, McLean winning the safety position was the thing I got right. I thought for sure Bo was going to start. I love that Riley Pettijohn is linebacker three, essentially. I think Devin's corner number four. I don't know. I'm excited. We are deep everywhere.
I'm excited too. I got no objections to the depth chart. I think everything is where it needs to be. Everybody where they need to be for real, for real.
Yeah, I don't have any problem with it at all either myself. I think for us, like the DBs wise, like I can say, you're going to see a heavy rotation of Devin Sanchez and Aaron Scott. You're going to see guys like Lorenzo Styles Jr. and Bryce West. They rotate in, and you're going to see Caleb Downs, like they mentioned during practice that we talked about in recent time. And Caleb Downs in that nickel spot, and having Malik Harford and Jalen McClain at both of the safety spots. So you're going to see a mixture of rotation for us, the DBs, because we're very deep in the secondary. For real, we're very deep in the secondary. And Fahim
Mm-hmm.
Delane, you're going to see him get some
Linebacker
time.
too.
You're definitely going to see the freshman get some time. I mean, for sure from Fahim Delane. And like I said with the linebackers, man, Sonny and Arville, of course, they're going to get majority of the bulk of the time, but we're going to see that rotation between Riley, TJ, and Peyton Pierce. And Edric Hughes. Now, the biggest concern going into the season was the D tackles mainly, and of course, you got Edric and Caden McDonald. Everybody's been wondering, like, for the backups behind those guys. Malone Jr., Darquez Carter, Will Smith Jr., and Jason Moore. They wonder how they're going to build and have that depth behind those guys starting because, like we said, it's a long season and you need depth to win a championship. And we had the depth to win the championship last year. And guys like Edric Houston and Caden McDonald, they was they were backups, but they played heavy last year. They was very key in our national championship run last year. So they're the starters now. So the guys that's behind them, we really truly need those guys to step up big time this year. You know what I'm saying? Because this is the long run and definitely going to take, it's going to take its toll with depth wise for sure.
Yeah.
And the D line, man, Kenyatta, man, CJ behind Kenyatta is definitely, I think CJ is going to be a guy that's like a third down specialist guy coming in. They say he's a very good, pass rusher, which is we were saying last year, man, why would they throw CJ over there on the edge, man? And they finally do it this year. And now you got, CJ in position. He's going to get some time. This is last year, man. So definitely got to make, and take full advantage of every opportunity he gets when he gets in the game. And we talked about the Bo Atkinson shit, man, with behind being behind Caden. I think we're going to see, we seen Bo Atkinson with North Carolina where they put him in packages where he was at the D tackle spot, like in that three technique. So like I see a lot of movement with Bo on the line. Like they're gonna, of course, Matt Patricia's gonna cook up and do a lot of different things to really take advantage of all of these guys' best attributes, what they do very well, and that's the real like secretive factor for Steve Sarkisian going into this game because he don't know what he has coming with this defense that Matt Patricia's going to deliver. So it's very intriguing with that, man. So what y'all think about that?
I think our defensive line going to be surprise. For real. I think they're here
I
to
don't hear
talk.
my phone. Go phone.
You know, and the fact that they played like you said, Edge Houston and McDonald played big last year. That they're just going to be better. You know what I mean? And
I heard that Tyron Malone was like really starting to make some strides at practice too.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
I love seeing Will Smith Jr. on our roster more than I could ever
Me
establish.
too.
yeah,
R.I.P. the
Me
guy,
too.
bro.
yeah, yeah. That's big
Yeah,
facts.
absolutely, man. So it's a solid depth chart, man, for sure. And I wanted to give y'all this right here. So 11 Warriors, man, they put out the top 20 Buckeyes for 2025 right here, man. So let me know what y'all think about this list, man. You got, of course, Jeremiah Smith at one, Caleb Downs at two. You got Sonny Styles at three, Cornell Tate at four, Max Clear at five, Kenyatta Jackson at six, Arbel Reese
Oh,
at
damn.
seven, Austin Searville at eight, David Iggy at nine, Edric Houston at 10, Brandon Ennis at 11, Jermaine Matthews Jr. at 12, Caden McDonald at 13, JS10 at 14, Carson Hinsman at 15, Bo Atkinson at 16, James
What?
Peoples at 17, Luke Montgomery at 18, Jalen McClain at
Oh,
19, and to round it off, they
oh.
got the transfer from West Virginia, CJ Donaldson at 20. So, what y'all think about this list from 11 Warriors right here, the top 20 Buckeyes for the 2025 team?
So like they're saying this is their ranking on who's like done the best, or
Yeah, this is their personal rankings out of their personal top 20.
oh man, we're finna look good this year.
Woo. Quarterback at 14 is crazy, dog. That's all I'm saying. We are going to
Yeah,
be good.
yeah,
And that Bo not starting but being number 16 is crazy. But I want to point out 19 and McLean and me calling him as a safety at that sprint game a long time ago, way back before he wasn't even supposed to win the job. Hartford
Mm-hmm.
was supposed to do that. Um, Hartford plays the ball a little better because he's taller and longer, but other than that, Jalen McClain is a dog. I think everybody's going to be pleasantly surprised with him starting.
Yeah.
I love it. I love the three of our top offensive targets are in the top five. That shows that we're gonna be crazy on the offensive side of the ball. But like I think the amount of defensive players in here really makes me excited. You got one, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight, nine, 10. No, they're 10-10. They did it even. It looked like more than what I thought.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a solid list, man. It's a solid little list from 11 Warriors right here on the top 20, man.
All
Right
right.
here. So I ain't mad at it. I ain't too mad at it. I ain't mad
I,
at it. So,
I
what?
would replace I would just reorder. I would put Julian Sand at 11 and then Brandon Ennis at 14.
Mmm.
If I was
I
speeding.
really be doing my man Brandon Ennis greasy out here, man.
He a beast. That's not what I'm trying to say.
I be doing my
It's
dog
not.
greasy, man. I'm
It's
really rooting for my
margins,
dog to
bro.
cook up, man, so he can show y'all. I really want him to cook up so he
I'm
can
gonna
show
take
y'all. So
credit
I
for
can
that
come on
too.
here.
I'm
I'm
just
like,
letting you
I
know.
told y'all, man, motherfucking Brandon Ennis is that motherfucking dog.
Yeah, and I gave him his motivation.
Thanks, thanks. Thanks, man. So we can move forward right here. So right here, man. So 11 words they post. Ohio State's first win ever. Texas came in the 1 versus 2 game in August in Austin, Texas, 19 years ago, as the Buckeyes snapped the Texas 21 game win streak by holding the Longhorns to 7 points in that game. Right there. So
Ooh, Laurinaitis.
little fun fact right there. Little fun fact right there. And let's go ahead and get into the nitty gritty, man. Y'all know what we came here for. The actual schedule prediction. We haven't done our schedule prediction because we know everybody else is going to do Ohio State schedule predictions and everything, and we wanted to wait up till the season get closer up and officially do our official schedule prediction for the 2025 season, man. And of course, it
That's all
all
we needed.
starts with the first game against them boys in Texas, horns down, just to show y'all a little context right here, what we got going. You know what I'm saying? This is the vibe going into this whole week. Yeah, and just to let everybody know, we doing a watch party for the game next Saturday. We'll be starting at 11 a.m. since it's the 12 kickoff, so the 12 p.m. kickoff. So watch party for the game next Saturday on the channel from the Buckeye Steppas podcast, man. It's gonna be lit. Beat Texas, horns down, and back to the schedule. So, what y'all thinking right here? Game one. Let's go ahead and kind of just talk about game one a little briefly because I know we're gonna talk about game one a lot this week since there's a lot of build up into game one from all of media and college football and stuff right now. But we can briefly talk about game one. So, what y'all think about this game one right now on this Sunday, 6 days away from kickoff?
It's Saturday, but I got it 42-27. Um, I think they get 10 points in the fourth quarter, and we already got the subs in. I think uh, what's his face, Fine Bum had it right, and it's not going to be close. I just don't think he had the right person in favor.
Hmm.
Fact.
Julian Santo
Hmm.
for 250 and four. Cause
250.
I
I think
also
more
think
than 250.
that chose that the quarterback choice was more of the offense they want to run, and Brian Hartline wanting to get the receivers the ball more. Um,
I agree.
I don't think it's going to be QB reads. I think it's going to be, maybe wide receiver screens to these athletes or slants and outs, and I mean, I think it's more going to be about getting small yards and short throws quick and getting ahead on first down than going ahead and playing it how it goes off first down. Uh, but yeah, I don't see it close.
So myself, I agree. I think Arch is going to run outside the pocket and get smoked by Arvell or Sonny, and it's going to be a completely different game from that point on, in which they have no reliant running back at this point. They have any game film on to put their the weight on against a team like this. I agree, Paul. It will not be close, but it'll be like 42-17 Buckeyes. I got us winning by 20 plus. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah,
Damn.
I do.
I'm being real, bro. I'm very, very excited about this team. I study this stuff for my hobby. My hobby is this at this
Absolutely.
point. Um, I'm now a referee. Like I live and breathe football at this point in my life. I really think that like it's ironic that he tried to say the roster is better. Like on paper, it's not even a comparable situation. And the only place they might have
Facts.
a little bit of extra is based on the quarterback not having any starts for us and theirs having two. But I don't think that matters when you have three top 10 wide receivers in college football, the best tight end, and a quarterback that can put the ball anywhere he wants. He don't even have to be elite. He just has to be good. He has to be decent. You know what I'm saying? And they're
Well,
playing a
hard.
defense that is not going to give up more than. I'll even over exaggerate what I think. We have a defense that's not going to give up more than 25 points, in my opinion.
Absolutely. I agree about that for sure. I don't think our defense is giving up no. I don't see this defense that we had. I don't see them giving up 4 touchdowns in the game this year. You know what I'm saying? I just
I
don't see
said
it unless it's an
27.
absolute
Time out.
shootout.
Let's not let time out. Let's not make me the bad guy here because the score that I put
No,
out there, right? I said we taking people out and we got our backups in and they get 10 points late. 27-17. That's that 10 points. You know what I mean? TV's got to make it a little closer because it's the SEC and motherfuckers got money over there. You know what I'm saying?
I hear you.
I don't think it's close. I think they get garbage time points, and then at the end you look at it.
I really expect it to look a lot like Tennessee. I'm not gonna lie. I think
Yep.
we're gonna come out pissed off at not being number one, pissed off at Paul Feinbaum running his mouth, pissed off at people thinking we'll be hungover. With my opinion, the most elite offense on paper we've ever had. In my opinion, I'm being real.
Close to it.
Adding the tight end makes it crazy. If even half of what they're saying about Julian saying is correct, even if it's just the part about the fact that he can release the ball in like zero point 0.5 seconds, you know what I'm saying? Like it's going to be it's going to look like 99 Rams, like the show on the turf. Like it's going to look crazy, bro.
Greatest show on turf.
Bro, I think that and they bro, the crazy part too, they have us in this Texas game. They have us like two minus is -2.5 right now. They
Mhm.
have
I
us
mean, we've all
winning this
discussed this
game.
before. Let's be honest. And my boy lives in Vegas, so he knows as well. That just means this is an even game, and they gave the home team a 2.5 point advantage. That's it.
Let me
That's all.
check 100%. Let me make sure. Let me
Yeah.
make sure that they switched it up because my homie
Look,
just
I
texted my,
just
my
feel like
brother.
we've said that a few times. Like, oh, we're favored. No, they think it's going to be an even game, and the home team immediately gets a favor for being the home team if it's an even matched up game.
Correct.
Yep, on FanDuel is -2.5 for Ohio State right now.
Yeah.
So I definitely like us with the points for sure.
Well,
Yeah, for sure.
yeah.
For sure.
I like us with the points for sure.
Here's the question: are y'all putting a bet in?
Hell yeah.
Oh hell yeah!
Hell yeah.
Fucking this week, hell yeah!
I'm so
Hell
ready.
motherfucking yeah! Yeah, nigga, this is I didn't, bro. I only bet on football majority for real. So just to be honest, so hell yeah, we betting this week.
Hell yeah.
Let me be
Money
honest.
will be made.
All right, so if we've all gotten our Texas out the way, let me just say, if we beat Texas, when we beat Texas on Saturday, if we don't walk into November 1st undefeated, I'm mad. And then at that point, if we beat Texas, the only team that should even compete with us on the field on the rest of our schedule is November 1st. I mean, November 29th will probably be a competition as well because, I mean, it's what it is. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
They made it a competition when we were 21-point favorites and ended up being national champion. You know what I'm saying? So that game could probably be competitive, but in my opinion, it shouldn't be. I think that at that point we should be knocking on all cylinders. Julian Sands should look crazy. Yeah, we'll see. I don't think 12-0 is out the realm, but if we don't go at least 10-2, I think it's a failed season.
Well, yeah, I said all offseason that we're going undefeated, so this is an easy schedule prediction for me. We're going undefeated.
Yeah, I'm just looking at it like, okay, so, all right, Texas, of course, that's the big one. Of course, next week, I think we definitely going to win that for sure. And I got us with the points. I love us with that -2.5. I love it. So I got Ohio State with the points on that on FanDuel. Grambling, you already know that's a demolition game right there. You know what I'm saying?
Oh my
Cooked them
God, it
crazy
might be like
earlier.
60-0.
Tavian St. Clair is in the game. Even the one, the fourth string guy, fuck around, he
Eli
gets some
Burkholder
time
might
too.
get some snaps.
Yeah, brick holder. You know what I'm saying? Like let him get some snaps in here. So that's one of those type of games. Let alone with Ohio, we already know they one of the biggest party schools in college. Of
Hey man,
course,
we
that
ain't
is
played
And
them in
they
like
close to
12 or
Halloween
so
though.
years. We
on
ain't played them in
September
like 12 or so
13th.
years, and the last time we played them, it was actually a decent game. Just so we're aware.
Yeah, they did give us some good work that day. They definitely did that
Mike
last day
Green
we
did
played.
go
They
to
gave us some
Ohio.
decent work.
What?
Yeah.
Who?
Just throwing that out there.
Who?
He talking
Mike
about Mike
Green.
Green.
The dude
Mike
that you just
Green. Y'all
got from
trust me,
Marshall?
you'll remember his name next year.
You mean the
You
dude you
will
got from
remember his
Marshall?
name.
Are you talking about
Oh
the
my
dude that the
God.
Ravens got from Marshall?
Oh shit, you are right. Oops.
Yeah, I
Wrong
say, yeah,
white and green school.
yeah,
Wrong
I
green
say he's a
school.
Marshall guy. That was nasty work.
Hey, same colors.
Same colors.
That was a
My
high
bad, my
moment right
bad.
there. Definitely. So, and then the Washington game at Washington. Washington, they're going to have a decent squad this year, but I definitely
Mhm.
got faith in our guys in that game. You know what I mean? I know they're going to get it. Washington has a great atmosphere as far as their stadium and everything, and with their fan base. Their fan base is definitely crazy about Husky football up there. So it's going to be a fun game for us to go up there and travel up there and play up there in Washington for our first away game right there playing at Washington. And I think we scraped them. I think we
Hey,
get
let's watch the
excited and be up
TV.
for that game and scrape them in that game. You know what I'm saying? Put BTA to them. And then come back at home. We got Minnesota, man. Minnesota, they're a team that's kind of like in the like middle of the pack, bottom of the pack a little bit in the Big Ten a little bit. They got a couple guys like Cole Pritch, the safety from Minnesota that's a pure athlete, man. He's really nice. I really wish he would have came to Ohio State. But he's a Minnesota kid, so he committed to Minnesota. But that Minnesota game, I think we definitely do our thing with them. Coming back home, turn up crazy, backups in the game, blowout in that game, and then big one. That Minnesota game is key to look good in that game because you want to have great momentum into this Illinois game because this is a big game at
Hmm.
Illinois this year. Illinois has
It's
they
gonna be
don't have
Indiana.
much going on. Illinois, their fan base is pretty strong, and they're going to be definitely pretty strong for this game for sure at Illinois right here. Illinois is a team that a lot of people believe is going to be a top three, top four team in the Big Ten this year. A team that's possibly with their schedules, way their schedule is set up, they'll probably make the playoffs the way their schedule is set up, the way a lot of people think. And this is definitely going to be a big game. Illinois have the most returners. Well, they got the second most returning players on in the Big Ten, besides Penn State. So we got Illinois where this is going to be a big game right here, which I think Illinois is going to be ready for that. But I think with our momentum after beating Texas, Grambling, Ohio, Washington, and Minnesota, I think we're going to be really up for that game because that's our second away game, and I know it's going to be a lot of talk, a lot of promo with Illinois. They may be undefeated leading up to that game, and they're going to be high on them, similar to how they was on Indiana last year
I
going
was about
into
to
that
say that.
game
It's gonna
last
look like
year.
Indiana.
Yeah, exactly like that. And then we come in there in Illinois and wreck the whole party up there that Illinois that weekend. So definitely, I got us winning that one, and then of course you got the Wisconsin
We're gonna go
game,
smack Luke
which
Fickle in the mouth for that 6-5 season. Is what we're gonna do October 18th.
oh my God, I mean, old pickle ass.
God damn, bro. God dang. That wasn't all his fault. He did the best he could.
Don't talk about Fickle like that, man. I mean, he gonna get his ass
Don't
whooped, but that's
fickle
not the
ass.
point.
Don't do fickle like that.
He don't fickle ass, bro.
Luke Fickle is my Will Howard because y'all fuck with him, but I don't. Fuck Luke Fickle.
You should make better choices.
Oh my god, bro, this is funny as hell. It was so funny, bro. I was scrolling through my YouTube channel. I'm scrolling this channel, and then I seen the video where we had that clip of us with this man Crutch was doing Will Howard greasy on the clip after the game, dog. He was doing Will Howard greasy. It was right. I think it was right after the spring game with Will Howard. He was flashing the rings and shit, and we was calling him
I would never.
Will ringed up Howard.
I would never.
He was on bullshit. Will Helen and all that. He was.
I remember that vividly, bro. He was cooking Will when we put up that picture of Will with the rings on, bro. He was cooking Will, bro.
I'm sorry. I'm excited about a quarterback this year. Can we focus on that?
Yeah.
We have more than a capable quarterback.
Let's get to this Wisconsin game. So this Wisconsin, we know Wisconsin. That's one of the craziest stadiums in the Big Ten, man. You know they're gonna be rowdy. I wouldn't be surprised if this game is a damn noon. Well, shit. If it's a Fox game, it's gonna be noon. If it's somewhere else, it may be a damn night game, probably. You know what I'm saying?
Noon. They're all
Camp
gonna be a
Randall
fucking
is
noon.
crazy. Yeah, it's going to be a noon, most likely.
Hey,
So
what if
Camp
they let
Randall
us
is
play at
crazy.
Michigan at night just to be dicks, just to be like, haha?
Just so we can
Man, bro,
blow them the fuck out.
Man, they ain't did that since we had that 1-2 matchup when Troy Smith was here. Yeah, I think with Wisconsin, of course, you know, crazy stadium with Camp Randall, man. Wisconsin, they got Ballard on the squad, Jalen Ballard.
Huh. They got a D coordinator too. Not worried.
Yeah, they got Wisconsin. I'm not confident on Wisconsin too much for real. You know what I'm saying? And that I think we go into Wisconsin and blow them boys out, pack them up, and then we got a bye week, which is very pivotal right here. The two bye weeks that we have on the schedule is September 20th after we play Ohio, and October 25th bye week that week, which is very pivotal going in to this Penn State game. Home game at Penn State, they already said that it's going to be a blackout, so the boys is going to be at all black in the damn noon on some. It pisses me off. They're going to be in all black playing in the noon versus Penn State. You got Jim Knowles, our XD coordinator, coming back to Ohio State with Penn State. Oh man,
Fuck him, just
bro,
like fuck Luke Fickle.
Bro, that's the one you need to be saying fuck. Like,
Exactly.
fuck him. The way he moved, he was up there. He moved on Penn State while we was running for a damn natty.
Facts. Benedict Arnold looking ass motherfucker.
But, like, he did some true cornball shit. I would never forgive him for that. No cap. I appreciate what he did and helped us win a natty and built the defense to what it is now. You know what I'm saying? But now Matt Patricia about to have his defense way more lit than that motherfucker. I guarantee you. Yeah, Penn State, of course, they got their returners, man. Hopefully, they're undefeated going into this game when we play them. Penn State, no, I'm not. You already know how I feel about James Franklin. I'm not confident in him, bro. He can't beat Ohio State nor the Bums up north. I'm not confident in him. I already know what we gonna do because they gonna really be up for this game for Jim Knowles.
I can't
really
wait.
Gonna be up for this one.
I can't wait to cook double dutch after this game, bro. I can't wait.
Lord.
Yeah, so he was talking about Drew Aller, like he thinks Drew Aller's like a guy out here, bro. Like I'm not confident in Drew, bro. We're talking about Drew Aller, the same guy that didn't complete a pass to a wide receiver in the semifinal college playoff game. Come on, are you fucking shitting me?
Right.
Yeah, that guy.
That same guy that was only throwing to his tight end and his running backs the entire damn game.
Well, now granted, he did have himself a tight end. Like Yeah,
Tyler
let's
Warren.
not get too carried away.
Tyler Warren ain't no
I
joke.
mean, shit. But this is the thing. What makes Penn State? What makes them think that their wide receivers are going to be better than what they had last year?
They are. They are better.
Like they're the only key part of their team is that running game, and if you shut that shit down and put Drew Aller in passing position, they're fucked.
Yeah, they ain't doing
They're
that.
fucked. They're fucked. Drew Aller is not going to beat us passing the ball 30 plus times in a game. I guarantee you. If he beats us with him having 30 plus pass attempts in a game, hey, I would salute him. I would come on here and salute him immediately. But I don't believe in it. I don't trust it, bro. Drew Aller is not like that, bro. He's an Ohio kid. But fuck him. I'm just saying in general, he is not one of them guys.
He ain't.
He ain't better than JS10. I think JS10 is light years better than him. Drew Aller, I think he reached
Light
his fucking
years.
peak.
He's not
I
even
think he
better
reached his peak.
than Lincoln. He's not even better than Lincoln.
Thanks.
Probably not, bro. Dead ass. Like dead ass, bro. I think Drew Aller has reached his peak, bro. Like this is the best we're gonna see from him. I don't see him no better for real. That's just my opinion. I may be wrong. Like, he gotta prove me wrong. You know what I'm saying? I
You're
haven't
not
seen
wrong.
it to where I think he's one of them guys that's best quarterback in the Big Ten currently over JS10 right now.
No. No, sir.
What you saying, Tone? I mean, on TV?
I was saying, no, I was saying Lincoln Kyle, he can start for Penn State like today. Like, that's how better he is over Drew Aller. You know what I mean? That's what I was saying.
Bro, when was that? Like, bro, they haven't. Penn State hasn't had a lit ass quarterback in so long, bro, and forever. Probably like since Kerry Collins, bro.
Yeah, I was just about to say, Kerry Collins is probably.
They had McSorley.
Huh?
McSorley. Ah, hell
No.
nah, he don't count.
Yeah,
Hell.
who?
McSorley.
We drafted him and he was trash. No.
Nah, bro. I looked this up. So I think Kerry Collins is the greatest quarterback in Penn State history. That's saying something.
That's
That's
not
what
a
we were
bad
talking about
greatest
in the
quarterback
chat.
though. Kerry don't get his due.
He played in the Super
In
Bowl,
the
didn't he?
NFL. No.
Yep,
But,
Versus the Ravens, right?
Yes.
yep. Yep, Pat, bro.
And
I'm
he got
just not a.
smoked. He got smoked. Let's add that part.
Hey, I'm just saying
Smoked.
with this Penn State squad, bro, like that defense, yeah, they gonna have a tough. Penn State keep a tough defense for sure, but just remember, this defense got to deal with an offense that's going to be probably on high cylinders going into this game with all of the games being played. We'll be 7 games in, and JS10 to be well ready and aware of everything moving around with his IQ and everything at that time going into that game. And of course, Jim Knowles gonna think he gonna have his little gems and shit on the offense because he coached against the offense in practice and stuff his 3 years at Ohio State and everything. He giving up them little Ohio State gems. That shit ain't gonna work because they offense got to put it together. Penn State and they offense can't put it the fucking together in my opinion. And I don't think their secondary can fuck with our playmakers on that outside for real. That's just me.
I agree.
Franklin will lose it for him. Like he does every other big game.
Right, real talk. I just had a vision of this game. I really wouldn't be surprised we blow Penn State out for real. I ain't gonna lie.
I see it's going undefeated. The only time we lose is if we lose is in the playoffs.
Like I don't think the Penn State game could be a close game because you expect it to be a close game because it's 2 top 10 teams going into that game, probably 2 top 5 at that time. I mean, you expect it to be a tough game, but I don't think this game in general, for real, just us matching up and us how I just see us visually
Let's keep it a
going
buck.
into
If
that
both
game.
teams,
We gonna be lit.
if both teams are undefeated at that moment, we might be 1-2.
Facts.
Absolutely. That might be a 1-2 game going into that game. You know what I mean? Because Texas will be out of it once we, smack them up next week. And I'm just saying, I think Penn State plays
I'll say
Oregon
this: whoever
before.
wins our
I
game
will
will
say
be
that.
number 1 week 2.
I agree. I
Yep.
agree 100%. Like, it'd be blasphemy if you don't make whoever win that game number one. Like, that's the real true 1 and 2 game for this next week for sure. Like, and I'm just saying that with Penn State, I'm not. I think this game is not going to be close as people think it's going to be when we get to week 9 and play them guys. Then, of course, just moving down the schedule, you got at Purdue. Purdue, they're at the bottom of the bottom of the Big Ten, pretty much. So that's a game that, but you can't sleep on them boys though. That's the thing. We slept
They
on them
got
when
us
we went to
once.
Purdue. Yeah, they got us when we went to Purdue when Urban Meyer was our coach, man. I still remember that game vividly. They were showing
Mm.
that one kid that had cancer, man, was RP. I think he passed away recently. RP to him. Like they were showing him, and I remember that game vividly. Watching that game that night, I'm like, man, they keep showing this kid that got cancer on here, man, and they just the energy at Purdue. I'm like, man, something just don't feel right that night, and we lost that night, man. They got us that night. And so you can't the boys definitely got to get up after they handle business with Penn State. They got to get up for that at Purdue game, man, because you can't sleep through Purdue. Even though talent wise they're not there, they went through a real turnover on their roster with them with their coaching change recent time. And of course we got Max Clear. They're literally their best player on their team. So you know what I mean. So I'm not. We can play a C plus game and still beat them guys. But I want us to one thing I know all of us agree that we want to be A plus, A minus every game though. You know what I'm saying? Like we want that. I think in all Buckeye fans, we all feel that way in particular. But we know every game ain't gonna be perfect, but you want to try to be close to perfect as possible because you play your A plus game against any of these squads, man. I think Ohio State got these guys. UCLA, Rutgers built the ass in both of those games. Nico get his helmet cracked again, and when we play him at home, we'll get UCLA. And then the last one, the game, what I'm saying, against the bums up north, man, which is I'm hearing that they're going to be starting the guy, man, Bryce Underwood. He's going to get the starting nod, I'm hearing right now. So um,
Yo,
real interesting going into that last game. What y'all think about the schedule just overall like
well,
that?
well, real quick, I know we're going undefeated. As far as your take about A plus, I think there's a couple teams on here that we can play C plus games and win. You know,
Which games?
Grambling, Ohio, Rutgers, I think Wisconsin, and I believe Purdue. I think Max Clay gonna go off. I think Hotline gonna put him in position to show out against his former team. So I think that's gonna be a blowout. But those are the teams I think we can play C plus and still dominate. You know what I mean? And also before y'all go, I'm gonna be in Sandusky, Ohio, T-Mac, around on November 29th. If you're trying to link up for that game, watch.
Yeah,
Be here.
yeah.
You'll be here for the Michigan game.
Yeah, I'll be in Ohio for the Michigan game.
I don't care where you're at. We're watching it together.
Yep, I'll be up there
Yeah,
for sure.
we'll stream. You already know we probably. I mean,
Sandusky
this year
like 40 minutes
I'm
from
in the
my
mode
house.
of
Well,
like
I'll be
doing
there.
watch parties for all of these games this year for real. You know what I mean? So like, and I want to do watch parties for the other games too, like for the other college football games as well, man. So I just want to turn it up this year with our content
Shit, I'm
for Buckeye
trying to be
Steppers
in
as well.
person as
So
much as possible.
Hey, I just
what's
say
You know what I
this:
good?
mean?
if this the last show we do before the season, whatever. I don't know if it is. We might see y'all
Oh no, no,
Thursday.
no. We'll be
But
live
we is
Thursday
finna
for
bust
sure
Texas
because we
ass. But I
gotta
gotta get off
the
here.
Thursday we got to give our
All right,
predictions
bro.
Thursday and everything. Go ahead, man, brother. We'll talk. Yeah, Thursday we'll be doing our predictions for all of the games. You know what I'm saying? For all of the games coming up, specifically the top 25 games for sure. But we'll go through predictions for all of these games for week 1 because week 1 actually starts Thursday. It's a plethora of games Thursday. It's like damn near 20 25 games Thursday night. I know UC plays Nebraska Thursday night. And which that's a key game right there. I definitely want to see Dylan Raiola how he looks with with this squad that Nebraska's been building behind him. And I want to see how UC look too as well, man. I want to see how they look this year starting off. And with this schedule, like I said, with this schedule, bro, like only team that I can see us really losing to on this schedule would be Texas or Michigan. Those are the only two teams. That's me being 100% honest. Those the only two teams that I see us losing to. I don't see us losing to those two guys. Me in my perspective, but I can say in general with those two teams, Texas and Michigan, those are the two teams. Of course, Michigan, they've been Achilles' heels for us the last 4 years, man, and we got to get that monkey off our back. And I think this is, I said last year, but I think with this team, the way they feeling right now, like they really in that mode where they hate Michigan badly right now, to where they don't want to lose. No, go out losing and shit. No, in this year, bro. Like Ryan Day, I think he's gonna be more ready for that game more than ever because he know he got to right that wrong in that situation for sure.
Yeah. I
Absolutely, man. And then I ain't get to cover the other shit too with the because I think we all in agreement that this is a season that either we go undefeated or we go 11-1 or 10-2 at the most at the least.
correct.
Absolutely, bro. And just to kind of get into yesterday, we had some games yesterday. Of course, Iowa State, Kansas State, that was the key game, ranked game yesterday. It was a good ball game, a good ball game, and we'll go closely a little bit on that. Idaho State, UNLV, that was the game that was supposed to be September 13th, but it got moved up for the Canelo Bud fight to week 0. So they had a shootout in that game yesterday. UNLV wins that one, 38-21. And then you got Kansas playing Fresno State, which is man, the guy Jalen Daniels went crazy on them guys yesterday, man. Just obliterating them boys, going 18 for 21, 76, three tutties. Like he didn't play long in the game, so no, he cooked up on them boys crazy for sure. And going back, you got Western Kentucky. They got a good win over Sam Houston yesterday. And then it's
Who?
last Western Kentucky.
Yeah, they
They
got
got
a
a they got a
over
they got
who?
a good win over Sam Houston.
Who?
That team, Sam Houston, they in Texas.
Oh, I never heard of them.
Yeah, so they played Sam Houston. They won 41-24 yesterday. And upset yesterday with Hawaii. I was watching this game last night too. Hawaii upset Stanford last night with a game winning field goal with the last few seconds of the game, beating Stanford last night at home last night. So that was real crazy right there with that, with Stanford and Hawaii right there. Hawaii getting the upset win over Stanford, man. Like Stanford just let them boys hang around and Hawaii just kept fighting. Like
Yep.
Stanford was winning the game. They was up like 14-0 and they let Hawaii fight back in the game, man. Hawaii pulled it off, man. So going back to the main game of yesterday, which was crazy, was Iowa State and Kansas State, which is Iowa State. They ended up winning off of a last second field goal as well in their game yesterday. And it was crazy, man, because Iowa State started off, got off hot, and then Kansas State, they clawed back in the game to where this game was tied up close going into the second half. And, you know, fucking Iowa State, they pulled this shit out, man, with getting a turnover from Kansas State in the fourth quarter, and then they went down the drive down the field and kicked a game-winning field goal to win the game. Um, with Avery Johnson yesterday, bro, he was 21 for 30, 273, two tutties. Beck, he was 14 for 28, 183 yards, two tutties. The running game, it was really just more so like the running game wasn't crazy yesterday, in particular from both guys, from both squads. It was some guys airing it out, man,
Well,
airing it out for real.
they said at halftime, Cam, that they was playing on a soccer field, bro. That wasn't even a real football field. You know what I mean?
Yeah, bro. That field you could tell because the other guys were slipping out there.
Hmm.
From Iowa State, they had 313 total yards, two turnovers in the game, 19 first downs. They time of possession was 33 minutes and 52 seconds, and then Kansas State a total of 383 yards, two turnovers as well, 13 first downs. So a lot of plays where they wasn't converting on their third downs. Saying
Correct.
them key downs and on their drives, and they had 26 minutes and 8 seconds of possession for Kansas State, man. So Kansas State goes down in their first game. They was ranked number 17. Iowa State was at 22, And man, this was a good game just to start off the year, man. I kind of figured this game was gonna be a solid game though, for real. I figured it was gonna be a solid one.
It was a good game, honestly. Yeah, those turnovers because I watched this whole entire game, and to me, like I felt like Kansas State is the better team. Dylan Edwards went down early in the first quarter. They didn't have
Mm,
for the rest of the game. I think that kind of hampered their running game a little bit. But I think watching it, even though Iowa State won, I think Kansas State was a better team, and I think what I'm saying on a real football field, you know what I mean, and they had that turnover, that fumble in the first half that really hurt them too. Without that, even with that turnover in the fourth quarter, if they don't got that turnover in the first half, they win. But I think it was a very good game.
yeah, definitely a good game to start the year off, man, with college football, man, for sure. With a ranked game. For sure, man. I definitely, I enjoyed it watching some of these games yesterday. I know the games that I watched was, of course, the Iowa State Kansas State game, and then I got to catch a little bit of the Western Kentucky game a little bit. I didn't. I watched the little. I watched some highlights from the UNLV Kansas game because I was at the time those games was going on. I was watching the Princeton Moeller game yesterday, so I was gotta just dribble it back. That's gotta just watch it every day, all at once. Yesterday, I was a kid at a candy store, man. Football season is back, bro. So I was just real excited about this football season here, man. And we just got so much shit that we got going on. You know what I'm saying? Horns down this week. This is big time, bro. Like big time. I can't wait for the watch party Saturday,
Yeah,
man.
I'm gonna
I
be
know
I'm
Snow.
gonna I'm gonna be on Facebook talking shit all week.
Yeah, bro, it's gonna be a big build up, man. I'm gonna clip up some videos and some content, crazy, man. I don't know. I think T Mac works on Tuesday, so I'm thinking I think Thursday will be good because we'll be able to cover the Texas game a little bit more in depth after we give our predictions for all of the games that's coming up for week one, and
Bro,
unless we can do
and
something
Cincinnati
beforehand.
play Thursday too. I'm gonna be on the
I
pod.
was. I wish I would have thought about it, bro, because I would have got all the content for the Thursday games, and we could have predicted all of them games, though. But it's all good, though, because I know we'll definitely get with that, though, for sure. We'll get with that for sure,
Yeah,
because
that UC Nebraska game gonna be a good one.
yeah, that's the game that I'm definitely going to be watching Thursday night while we on the show. I'll
Yeah,
be having that game on the screen, watching that for sure,
yeah, I am
because
too.
that we got games. Hold on, let me go ahead and read the schedule off for Thursday because I think I screenshotted it the other day. When I was looking at the Thursday games, but I'll look at them real quick. So
I'm
yeah,
looking at
Thursday, yeah, it's like 20 games that on Thursday, literally 20
it.
games Thursday. Let me
A
go
lot.
through the whole FBS.
But UC got the I think got the prime time one, like the
So
big game.
Thursday. So Thursday night, yep, they got Thursday 9 o'clock. UC, they got Nebraska -6.5 on the spread right now, currently on ESPN Bet. Boise State, they'll be on at 5:30 that same day. They're playing against South Florida.
I'm taking
They
boy.
got Boise State -6.5 right now in that game. It's at South Florida, by the way. And then they got Ohio University playing against Rutgers at Rutgers. That's a six o'clock kickoff, and they got Rutgers -14.5 in that game. And then they got Lafayette and Bowling Green, and then they got East Carolina and North Carolina State right there. They got North Carolina State -12 right now currently,
That's gonna be a
and
good.
Jacksonville State versus Central Florida. They got Central Florida -18 right now in that game. And then the first game, head coaching game of the career, man, for Deshaun Jackson, Delaware State, man. They're gonna be playing Delaware 7 o'clock Thursday night. And St. Francis versus Louisiana Monroe. They have a 7 o'clock kickoff.
St.
Then you
Francis.
got Wyoming at Akron. They got Wyoming -7 in that game currently. That's a 7 o'clock kickoff. And then Central Arkansas, they're going to be going to Missouri to play them 7:30 on the SEC network. So you got that game right there. And then you got Elon versus Duke. They got Duke minus 33 and a half. Wow.
Man.
And then they got Tennessee Martin. They're playing against Oklahoma State. They got Oklahoma State minus 22 and a half. You got Buffalo at Minnesota. They got Minnesota minus 18 and a half, minus 18, which is that's the 8 o'clock kickoff. You got Stephen Foden Austin playing at Houston. They got Houston minus 22 and a half.
That's gonna be a
Then you
blowout.
got Alabama State at Alabama Birmingham. Then you got Miami, Ohio, Miami Oxford. They're going to be starting their season against Wisconsin. They got Wisconsin minus 17 and a half. That's a 9 o'clock kickoff on Big Ten Network. And the last game for Thursday night, you got Stony Brook at San Diego State. They got San Diego State minus 16
Mm.
right there. And then you got a plethora of Friday games. Not too many from then Thursday. You got Georgia Tech and Colorado is the big game for Friday night. 8 o'clock on ESPN. So I know everybody's gonna be watching that, including myself. Damn, I'm gonna be at one of these high school games, so I'm gonna be watching it. Just know that. Just know that. Tarleton State playing at Army. You got Western Michigan at Michigan State. They got Michigan State minus 19 and a half. And by the way, with Georgia Tech and Colorado, they got Georgia Tech. They got Georgia Tech minus 4 in that game right now over Colorado. And
Mm.
Kennesaw State. They got Kennesaw State playing Wake Forest. They got Wake Forest minus 17 in that game, and then they got Appalachian State playing at Charlotte. Appalachian State minus 6.5 over Charlotte currently in that game in the Duke Mayo Classic game. And then they got Bethune Cookman at Florida International, Western Illinois. You got Illinois. Western Illinois at Illinois. They got Illinois minus 46 and a half.
God.
That game is going to be on Peacock Friday night at 7:30. Then Wagner at Kansas. Kansas playing their second game on a Friday night at 7:30 on ESPN Plus. Then you got Auburn and Baylor, which is that'll be the night game on Fox. Baylor, they got Auburn right now minus 2.5. And the last two games on Friday night, UNLV at Sam Houston. They got UNLV minus 13, and then they got Central State at San Jose State. San Jose State minus 12 and a half currently in that game. So Friday slate is crazy. It's a great slate of football for Thursday and Friday. More games Thursday night than Friday night. And
Yeah.
I'm excited about it, bro. We definitely gonna be able to cover some of these games and go crazy with them for sure. I think we may Thursday. We may have to go live a little. We may have to probably stretch maybe another maybe an hour early. Maybe I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah.
We'll see how we pick it out a little bit though, because I
Mm.
know we want to give out our predictions for the Friday games and Saturday games, and of course, cook up on our game in depth a little bit too, and go over any news that's leading up to the game and shit. I know we'll be live 11 a.m. for the watch party Saturday, so I'm
Mhm.
excited about this watch party, bro. I've been waiting for it,
Yeah.
and we gonna kind of cook up and watch games throughout the week, like throughout the whole entire week. I mean, throughout the whole Saturday too, like be live and chilling back. You know what I mean, watching some of these games. So it's gonna be fun Saturday, man. It's gonna be fun fucking with the college football back in full fledged.
Full
I'm
fledged.
excited about it, man. You already know we got them horns down.
Yup.
You know what I'm saying? This is definitely a great one, man. And of course, going back to the schedule, you know what I'm saying? A lot of us know we believe that with this roster that Ohio State has, this team can definitely run the tables and go 12-0 with the schedule. But
Right.
the least losses I would say will be against like a Texas or at Michigan. Those is the only two games I can see us losing on this whole entire schedule. I do not see Penn State beating us not one bit,
Nope.
or Illinois, or Wisconsin. I don't see none of those three teams beating us at all.
None of them.
But no, this team, this is going to be a hell of a season right here, man. To try to run it back to back, man, for sure. And with our our roster, everybody got to have that depth and be strong and make sure be ready for when your time comes. Because it's next man up, man, for anybody that goes down on the team. But even though we're praying for nobody to go down, be injured at any circumstance in this season at all, at any circumstance. But definitely excited about this squad, man. I'm excited. College football is back.
Yup,
We are back.
yup. Can't wait, man.
Yeah, man.
Big time
You
season.
already know, man.
Wow.
Shit, you already know, bro. I'll holler at you, bro. You already know. Salute to y'all. Y'all already know. Y'all watch this on the playback. Make sure y'all hit that like button, man, and
Yep.
subscribe to the channel if you ain't subscribed. We be live in direct, man, with content flowing all throughout this week. I don't know. We got to see what the schedule is. We might fuck around and link up Tuesday. I don't know, man. We got to do something, man. We might do something. I don't know. We'll see what's up. But I know we'll definitely be live Thursday. Thursday at our original time. We may move it up an hour. We don't know, but we'll let y'all know. But we always live every Thursday at 8 o'clock. Remember, next Saturday, Ohio State versus Texas watch party. Next Saturday, starting at 11 a.m. Kickoff is at 12, so we'll be on at 11 a.m. breaking down the game, giving our last minute no predictions on the game and everything. So make sure y'all stay tapped in with the channel, KMJ Network for Buckeye Steppas Podcast. We have one of the best podcasts in college football, and it's going to be a lot more noticeable this season. And we're going to show y'all that we super lit over here, and we really know football and know what we talking about over here about the Buckeyes and the whole college football landscape for sure, man. So
Thanks.
tune in Thursday, 8 o'clock, Buckeye Steppers Podcast, 11 a.m. next Saturday, August 30th, Ohio State versus Texas watch party for the Buckeye Steppers.
Mhm.
And we are out of here.
Out of here.